Happy 2024! We ended 2023 with a bang, and we're ready to crush our goals this year. In today's episode, I'll share how I set goals and prepare for a new year. Hey guys, I'm your host, Holly Ngo, and welcome to Making Things Fun, Cool, and Sexy. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my journey at Barry's Bootcamp, where I set a goal to run at speed 13, and I chipped away at 0.1 increments every time I worked out. Over a period of 7 weeks, I was able to run from a 10 to a 13 by taking small baby wins. I recently got into wellness and fitness in the past 5 years. Before that, I was always trying to find a quick fix for losing weight. The reality is, there are no shortcuts to health. It's an ongoing lifestyle of eating healthy and exercising. And this is why I really don't believe in New Year's resolutions, because society has normalized breaking resolutions. I believe in creating a lifestyle by turning habits into daily routines where it's embedded into your schedule every day. I'll show you how I do it. We'll go through my 4 steps of how to set goals for the upcoming year and actually achieve them. Step 1, reflect on the previous year's accomplishments. Step 2, envision the person you want to become by next year. Step 3, set goals to become that person. And step 4, create an action plan that will help you get to the goal. Let's dig in and start with step 1, which is reflecting on the achievements of 2023. I have 8 accomplishments I would like to share with you. Number 1, I got engaged to my partner, whom I met in manufacturing. He was working for a company we supply machine parts to. I was delivering parts to the company one day, and he tried stopping me from running into a puddle of water. The rest is history. Number 2, I made Silicon Valley Business Journal's 40 Under 40 list of 2023. Number 3, I was accepted into Harvard Business School's executive program called Rising Generation of the Family Enterprise. I got to stay on campus at Harvard, and it was an amazing experience. Number 4, I was on my very first panel about manufacturing at MDM West, the largest medical device conference on the West Coast. Number 5, an article was written about my move from Hollywood into manufacturing. Number 6, we got ourselves our very first 5-axis CNC at Silicon Valley Elite Manufacturing to elevate our automation skills. Number 7, I became board member for AM Bay Area. And number 8, I started this podcast. I would have never thought I would be able to achieve all of this in only 1 year, but I did it, and I'm ready to catapult into 2024 with more winning energy. Reflecting is like taking a snapshot of where you're at in life at a particular moment. When it comes to setting goals, this snapshot is invaluable. Reflecting on your achievements, no matter how small, can be a powerful motivator. It reminds you of your capabilities and encourages a positive mindset, boosting your confidence to take on new challenges. By looking back on your experiences, you can identify what has worked well for you and what hasn't. Learning from past successes and failures can inform your goal-setting strategy, helping you avoid repeating mistakes and capitalize on what you've learned. Step 2 is envisioning the person you want to become next year. By imagining and envisioning your ideal future self, you're able to see and feel how it is to become that person. Once you can feel that in your body, your mind does whatever it takes to actually experience that in reality. In order to set goals for this coming year, I have envisioned myself having a very successful podcast and multiple speaking engagements. I still get very nervous before recording any podcasts and speaking in front of crowds. But what I see in my mind's eye is a confident speaker, and I will eventually become that. When you have a vivid image of your future self, it becomes a powerful motivator. It's like having a preview of the rewards that come with achieving your goals, which can make the journey more exciting and purposeful. Plus, it helps you align your actions with your aspirations, making it more likely that you'll stay committed to your goals in the long run. So, by envisioning your future self, you're essentially giving yourself a compelling reason to work towards your dreams. Now we're stepping into step 3, which is setting goals. Setting goals to become your future self is crucial because it provides direction and purpose to your actions. Without clear goals, it's easy to feel lost or stuck in the present. When you define specific objectives, you create a roadmap for personal and professional development. Goals also act as motivators. They give you something to strive for, creating a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment when achieved. As you work towards becoming your future self, you'll likely acquire new skills, overcome challenges, and grow as an individual. This continuous process of improvement is not only satisfying, but essential for personal development. I'm working with a leadership coach. Her name is Libby Christensen, and she taught me how to set SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Here, I'll give you an example of how I set my goal of creating a successful podcast. When I say successful podcast, it's too vague. So I break it down further into a SMART goal, which is creating a successful podcast reaching 10,000 views on at least one episode and 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. It's now specific and measurable because I can measure if I reach that goal by getting to the views and subscribers that I had mentioned. It's attainable and realistic because I'm not reaching too high into the millions of views and not aiming too low of only reaching hundreds of views. The goal is also timely because I'm giving myself until the end of 2024 to achieve it. Now we'll go to the last step. Step 4, create an action plan that will help you get to the goal. An action plan is like a roadmap for your goals. It helps you break down big, daunting tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. When you can see the path forward, it's easier to stay focused and motivated. Plus, checking off those smaller tasks along the way provides a sense of accomplishment and keeps the momentum going. Without a plan, it's easy to get overwhelmed or lost in the enormity of your goals. It's like trying to navigate a new city without a map. You might eventually get there, but the journey will be a lot smoother with some directions. My coach has suggested having daily, weekly, or monthly action steps to reaching my goals. So when I have the goal of creating a successful podcast, I have set a weekly action plan of posting one podcast episode a week to attain my goal. I also have an action plan of taking Toastmaster classes twice a month to better my public speaking skills. By setting these smaller tasks, it's easier to manage bigger goals. So that's my 4 easy steps to setting goals and achieving them throughout the year. Let me share with you how I got into personal development and why I love growing into the best version of myself. I am an overachiever and always want to be the best at everything I do. I also feel like I'm never doing enough. I need to do more and be more all the time. I deal with imposter syndrome almost daily, so I need to constantly have self-positive talk that I am good enough, that I am worthy of it all. It may look like I have it easy or that I was lucky. I actually have the same insecurities as everyone else, but I just push myself to get to the next level. I look at death every day right in the eye and know that my life is going to end one day. So I ask myself, how do I really want to leave this earth? I want to inspire others to become the best version of themselves. I've gone through anxiety and depression where I lived a meaningless life, but now I have been able to turn my life around and I want to help others by sharing my story and tactics on how to overcome challenges. Even if you can't relate to my manufacturing passion, I hope you follow my journey to see my growth so it can inspire you to take on challenges in your lives too. I used to never reflect back on my accomplishments and would just jump to the next big goal. As I shared 8 of the biggest accomplishments of 2023 with you, I can openly say that I am proud of myself and I look forward to sharing more of my personal growth journey with you. And there you have it. As we wrap up today's podcast on setting annual goals for a successful year, remember that your journey to success is like embarking on a thrilling adventure. By crafting thoughtful and realistic goals, breaking them down into actionable steps, and staying adaptable along the way, you're not just planning for success, but you're actively pursuing it. Don't forget the power of reflection. Take the time to celebrate your victories, learn from your challenges, and adjust your course as needed. Life is a dynamic journey, and your goals should be too. As you step into the new year armed with your ambitions and a solid action plan, know that each small step is a victory in itself. Here's to a year of growth, resilience, and the satisfaction of turning dreams into a reality. Wishing you all the success and fulfillment on your journey ahead. Until next time, stay inspired and keep reaching for those stars. I'll see you on next week's episode of Making Things Fun, Cool, and Sexy, where we break down what food manufacturing is all about. See you guys next time.